Cynthia Leigh Wilson is a vocalist, songwriter and a founding member of new wave rock band the B-52s. She was born in Athens, Georgia. The B-52s were formed when Wilson, her older brother and guitarist Ricky, organist and vocalist Kate Pearson, drummer and percussionist Keith Strickland, and vocalist Fred Schneider played an impromptu musical jam session after sharing a tropical flaming volcano drink at a local Chinese restaurant. They later played their first concert in 1977 at a Valentine's Day party for their friends. Wilson and the others broke into the music world with their campy, 60s retro band. Their remarkable, and enduring, Yellow album, called simply the B-52s, had the hit singles Rock Lobster, and Planet Claire. This song launched the band into stardom. On April 21, 1985, Wilson married Keith Bennett, a successful advertiser who was a longtime friend of the band and Ricky's guitar tech on tour. However, later that year, her brother Ricky Wilson died, leaving her devastated. Wilson took a sabbatical from the band in 1990 to concentrate on raising a family, during which time the B-52s recorded and released the album Good Stuff as a trio of Pearson, Schneider and Strickland. During the live tour to promote the Good Stuff album in 1992 and 1993, Julie Cruz sang as a replacement for Wilson. Wilson rejoined the B-52s in 1994. In 1998 she took part in recordings from which 2 new songs were selected to be included along with the band's hit singles on the album Time Capsule, Songs for a Future Generation. Wilson then took maternity leave in 1999, later rejoining the band in 2001 for regular touring of their greatest hits. The B-52s completed the album Funplex in 2007 and it was released in March 2008. Wilson co-wrote every song on the album with the 3 other band members. In all, she has co-written much of the band's back catalogue, including Dance This Mess Around, Private Idaho, and all of the Cosmic Thing album including hit singles Love Shack, and Rome. Wilson's vocal efforts include the typical B-52s call and response vocals with Schneider and/or Pearson, as well as her harmonies with Pearson on the band's all-female songs such as Rome, 52 Girls, Cake, Legal Tender, Summer of Love, and Juliet of the Spirits. One of the band's signature elements is the setup between the 3 vocalists. However, Wilson sings the greatest number of solo performances in the band, especially on their earlier albums. Examples of Cindy's solo vocal performances in the B-52s include Hero Worship, Loveland, Nip It in the Bud, Girl from Ipanema Goes to Greenland, Ain't It a Shame, She Breaks for Rainbows, and the live favorite Give Me Back My Man. Wilson is the band's bongosora, playing the bongos in regular live favorites Planet Claire, Mesopotamia, Pump, and Party Out of Bounds as well as other songs such as 6060-842, and Big Bird. Less remarked is her guitar work. She played acoustic guitar in the Cindy Wilson Band, and made electric guitar contributions in the songs There's a Moon in the Sky from the B-52's first album and playing the guitar solo for Nip It in the Bud during the band's 1982 Mesopotamia tour. She has stated that she was encouraged to play guitar by her brother, but experienced finger pain. Cindy briefly played a note or 2 on the keyboard during the band's Whammy tour version of Private Idaho, and at Rock in Rio 1985. She also played an electronic drum kit on a commercial for the WETV network. Solo work: in 2003, Wilson performed original songs with her group, the Cindy Wilson Band. Collaborations: Ramones, in the early 1980s on the song Chop Suey, with Kate Pearson and Debbie Harry. The title is available as a bonus track on the Ramones' 2002 Expanded Edition CD re-release of Pleasant Dreams. Wilson, Pearson and Keith Strickland were part of the group Melon and recorded 2 songs for a Japanese TV show titled Snakeman Show. The soundtrack LP from 1980 and CD from 1988 was only released in Japan. Martini Ranch, actor Bill Paxton's short-lived band, on several songs off the 1988 album Holy Cow. 1988 was also the year Bad Bob released his album Now as Reaction. On several tracks Bobby Bennett was adding her background vocals. Cindy Wilson used that name on this record as a pseudonym. With Dreams So Real on the song Apache Shoals, which is only available on the fan club-only released CD Nocturnal Emissions, and on the track Stand Tall from their official 1990 album Glory line. Kristen Hall on her 1992 album Fact and Fiction has Wilson singing vocals on the track Too Long Running. The soundtrack for the Rugrats movie, released in 1998, contains the track The World Is Something New to Me, and features Pearson, Schneider and Wilson along with other artists. The Family Fantastic, a side project by Yazoo Erasure mastermind Vince Clarke. A short sample of Wilson saying "Up, gosh, I'm ready to dance" on the track Doin' This Thing from the 2000 album. Nice. With Kate Pearson on their common cover of the McFadden and Whitehead song Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now, recorded for the soundtrack to the movie The Associate in 1996. In 1998, Wilson was involved in recording a children's music album entitled Not Dogs. Too Simple, which was adapted from a children's book by Mark and Clay Harper. Wilson appears with Pearson on the junior-senior song Take My Time on their album Hey Hey My Yo Yo. Filmography: The Rugrats Movie, Athens, Georgia, Inside Out, One Trick Pony. External links: The B-52's official site, Cindy Wilson at the Internet Movie Database.